So, it's pouring. Welcome to Florida. Anyway, so let's open this up. I absolutely wrote everything down that I'll need for Mabel. So this sounds so bad, but years ago, I guess, I got rid of my one purple skirt that would have worked for Mabel. So I'm gonna try and find one. Luckily in this little mall area where I'm going to be getting the stuff for the braces, there's also a Ross and a Rue 21 and a couple of other sort of clothing shops. Everything I'll need for Mabel is needle nose pliers, silver craft wire, aluminum foil or silver duct tape. I have aluminum foil, so I will not worry about that one. Sandpaper, got that. I've been redoing my house. Super glue, got that one. LOL. Who doesn't have super glue? If you don't have super glue, you're crazy. A brown wig with bangs, purple skirt, already talked about, a dark pink headband, and maybe black flats. So if I find black flats at the Rue 21 or the Ross or whatever, then I'll go ahead and grab those black flats if they're under $25. Yeah. So without further ado, let's go get Mabel Pines. So, Michael's is having a 60% off sale, which is awesome. So I've been going through their little bright red baskets of all this stuff, and I have found copper wire, but I have not found silver wire. So we're gonna be looking for some silver wire, and I keep not looking at the camera because there's so much stuff to just look at. So let's get to it. Let's look at all this stuff. This is why places like Michael's is dangerous. This is something I would adore to have. An easel of some sort that also is storage, and I could just take my art with me wherever I go and actually be able to sit up while doing it instead of bent over. Lord. But now, it's not the time nor the place, nor do I have the money for that. So, I'll just stay here and pine for what will eventually be. Because we never say never in this household. Anyway, still have not found what I needed. I will be going over to the jewelry area, and yeah, we'll see what else I can find. Jewelry, in fact, the place to get not only needle nose pliers, but also the silver wire. I had to guesstimate what kind of gauge braces would be, and as somebody who wore braces for literally just 9 months of their teenage lives, I don't remember how big my braces were, the actual silver line. So I went with 24 just to see, so yeah. Now it's voiceover time. As you can see, I started manipulating the wires, sanded it, I bent the ends into itself so that it doesn't poke me when I wear the braces. I cut out 12 1/4 inch pieces of aluminum foil and folded them up to look like the brackets. I tried to be smart and use a red paint to indicate where to put them on the wire so that it would match up with my teeth, but that didn't work. So I just molded it to my teeth and then hoped for the best when placing the foil brackets. I put them in place with super glue. I put hot glue on the back side of the foil and on the ends so that nothing scratches my teeth or is sharp in my mouth. In the corner, you see my paintings that I did for the month of July. The videos for the paintings come from my TikTok, so if you don't follow, hit me up at BizYoung, or my Insta, showbiz_20, where all of my watercolors will be. This month, I only did 3, the first one from Only Yesterday, the second one from Whisper of the Heart, and the third one from The Cat Returns. Because I only made the braces for Mabel, this video is about to take a really wild turn. Okay, there are the front 4. My fingers are disgusting. And basically now I just have to wait, and they're pretty much done. I just have to wire them to look like they actually fit on my mouth. This is awesome. So my fiance suggested that I just make this like a regular vlog thing where I show you everything that I work on, because my cosplay stuff is a very small part of what I do. So things like house repair. I painted these walls months ago. There's even art on them. And I still haven't put the little vent covers on, so that's what I'm gonna do right now, and it should take like 5 seconds. And now that is done. Look, it looks like a regular hallway. Yay! And we are voicing over again. My laundry room needed to be redone, and because I was waiting on items to arrive for Mabel, I decided to do it. Here's me cleaning out or recycling laundry items and other things in the area, and taking down those useless cabinets and the bowing counter. That was scary. The counter was not attached to anything, it was just resting on some overly drilled, maybe 1/4 of an inch by 3s on the sides of the walls, and that thing was taller than me. I am taking the old latex paint off the walls so that I can patch and paint later. A good rule of thumb is to clean as you work so there is less to clean later. I started to move the dryer first because it weighs way less than the washer. And what you can't see is me vacuuming, taking the baseboards and linoleum off the floors, peeling the paint, and unplugging/turning off the appliances. I am not taking off the trim from the ceiling because it's very good, but I am stripping the paint and taking out any screws that are still in the walls. I'm just going to disclaim this, I am not a professional home renovator. This is all just Googling, educated guesses, and painting. Hello again. So, earlier this evening, we stacked them. Now, time to focus on your very loud washer. Time to focus on the drywall taping. Gonna do the whole filler thing, and then paint, prime paint, and then push these two back into this whole area. When you last saw me, I had put on the drywall tape and the drywall patching. I have now, last night, done an entire coat and a half, essentially, of the mold resistant and mildew resistant primer. And now, I am painting with just regular paint, and then I will, once this paint layer has dried, I'm just going to do a base layer just so that it's all the same color of white, and then I'm going to do a texturing, which I bought a paintbrush for. I brought a paintbrush for the layering, for the texturing, and that'll be the second/third layer, second and a half, whatever. So, you go, Biz, how do you texture? Well, I'm going to show you. Although, I'm going to disclaimer this, you will want a paint that has a much thicker viscosity than this. Because this, it's not as much viscosity as I would like for it to have for this texturing technique to work. Texturing technique. And then you just throw it on there. This is a messy project. Please, allow yourself the mess. You're using the texture of the paintbrush itself to texture the walls. Now you don't want it to drip, understand, and you don't want it to look too uniform. That's what we're trying to cover up, is the drywall tape. So, see? And when you take a nice step back, it makes the wall look like it has some dimension, which is true. Also, one of the paints that I used is a little bit older. I can sand those things down, or I can pick them up with the paint edges of the paintbrush. Not this paintbrush, apparently. But I could do it with the other paintbrush that I had. Anyway, you're just slapping. Slap, slap, slap. Get different types of textures. There's a different type. That's a different type. Going flat like this is a different type of texture. You're just trying to have fun. And cover up stuff that you don't want people to see. So you spread it out on the internet. Yep, I can hear it now. Have fun with it. A nice little laundry update from cleanly washed and changed. Ding! It's done! I mean, until we have to redo the floor, but that's okay. I just have to do the other half of this little laundry room area, and then this area is done until the floors. But the flooring has to happen throughout the entire house, so
we'll wait until the entire house is ready for the flooring.
Hello again. It is July 28th, and as you can see, I am not wearing my Mabel cosplay, and that is because everything is in transit. Everything should be arriving by the end of July. Oh, well, it is the end of July. I mean, like July 30th, July 31st, kind of end of July, which means this video is probably again going to come out the month later. The only thing I don't have is Mabel's wig, and that is because I'm trying to get together with a small business to see if they have the wig before I just buy like a cheap one off Amazon. You know, that sort of thing. Hopefully in the next clip I'll have everything. Until then, I'm going to be working on the planning stages of Greg from Over the Garden Wall. Here we are again. It is August 6th. I finally have almost everything. Unfortunately, the wig has still not shipped, so I'm just going to use my regular hair. I do have the actual headband for the wig though. This is just my own personal headband that works a lot better for my cute, short, very thin hair. But yeah, here she is. This is entirely bought, I will say that. This sweater was from Hot Topic eons ago. The skirt is a little big, but it works for Mabel because it sits on the hips rather than where I like my skirts, which is the waist. It is much too big if I try to put it on my waist, but Mabel also wears hers on her hips. And then, of course, white socks and black shoes. I'm inside my house, so I'm not going to really wear the black shoes right now. But yeah, she's done. It's wonderful. And on to Greg. I'm so excited. I have a cute little collection of everything that's here. I have the Lost Legends book, the Don't Color This book, Dipper and Mabel's Guide to Mysterious and Nonstop Fun. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I love that one. I have the whole box set of all the DVDs, which has codes on it, and I haven't unlocked any of those codes yet. I haven't deciphered any of those codes yet. And of course, journal number 3. And I have a cute little Waddles plushie. I love Waddles so much. I didn't put in the braces because I didn't feel comfortable putting them in and then talking a whole bunch. So who knows if I'll actually wear them. But it was a fun thing to make, and now I know how to make it. And so maybe I'll do more things like that in the future. And I have this gorgeous Waddles blanket, and I love Waddles so much. He's actually like my favorite character. And I think my favorite line that he says, and because it's Neil deGrasse Tyson, you know, like a really serious person, has to say, "Yummy, yummy in my fat pig tummy." Like, my family loves Gravity Falls. And I mean loves. We watch it all the time. We quote literal lines. We could go for an entire episode at each other. We even took a vacation up to North and South Dakota, where we went and saw Wall Drug. We went and stayed over near Mount Rushmore, and we did all of the little like shacks and everything over there. We did Cosmo's Mystery Shack, which was really, really, really neat. We went to go to Devil's Tower, and we watched, because every few weeks, I guess, they play the movie Contact of a Third Kind. Because they play the movie at Devil's Tower, like, you're like watching the little projection screen, and then there's Devil's Tower, and there's Devil's Tower, and you're like, oh my god, Devil's Tower! Anyway, did that, and like, we visited all sorts of like little gimmicky places, especially like Wall Drug. That was wild. Cosmo's Mystery Shack was so much fun though, and we even all got like hoodies and sweatshirts and all that stuff. It was amazing. I loved that vacation. It was so much fun. We went and rode horses and everything. I really love riding. The best vacation. I was an adult. My sibling is like old enough to, like an older teenager. So like we were cool and chill sitting in the back seat because we knew what was going on. And then of course my parents. That was just a really cool and fun vacation. Like, wonderful. But yeah, we love Gravity Falls so much. Literally quote episodes at each other. We could go the entire episode. Several episodes, actually. We've done it before. But yeah, we like to do the voices. We like to do all sorts of stuff. It's so much fun. Love that there's an actual Bill Cipher out there. He's so cute. Really love this series. I watch it all the time, and I rewatch it, and I have figured out almost every single cipher. I do go onto Google, I go onto the Gravity Falls wiki, and I do look up certain things. Like journal number 3, there's certain ones where I'm like, I don't feel like solving this one today. Let me just look as to what the puzzle solve is. And that's really fun. But yeah, I really wish that the show could have gotten more. Not in the sense that I wanted more seasons. No. it ended beautifully and perfectly, and Alex Hirsch is a genius. No, he wanted to make a like Grunkle version and have us follow the Grunkles, and I was like, oh my god, I would love that. That would be amazing. I'm so mad that Disney was like, nope. Anyway, hopefully sometime in the future we'll get to see Dipper, Mabel, Wendy, Seuss, Stan, Ford, Gideon. Gideon's one of my favorite characters. I love to voice Gideon. He's super cute. My mom always wants me to say the finger painting line all the time, which is, I have finger painting at the same time. It's not very good, Gideon, but I like it. But yeah, I hope we'll get to see all of these characters again soon doing something. Even if it's just a little something. Who knows? If not, it's a beautiful ending. I cry every time, even though I watch the series like once a month. I love Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls is really amazing, and I really enjoy it. And yeah, so here's my Mabel Pines, and eventually I'm doing Dipper as well. I think he's the next month. Because I think I went Gravity Falls over the garden wall, Gravity Falls over the garden wall. So we'll see. But yeah, I really enjoy Mabel Pine. She's my favorite. Waddles is my favorite. I love the ridiculousness of Gideon. The fact that he was supposed to have a twin in his hair. I really... Oh, as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, that should have happened. It's fine. There's a lot of twins in that series, though. But did you know that if you have twins in your family, you're more likely to have twins in your family? Like, it's a genetic thing. It's really neat. Anyway, please stay safe. I love you lots. And like and subscribe, please. An antelope! Don't you mean jackalope? That can't be right. Bye! So, as I said in my catch-up video... Catch-up. Sure. Get out of my face. Why are y'all like this? As soon as I want to start filming, y'all are just... Scotty, I don't think you realize how close you are to maiming yourself with frickin'... There she goes. I'm hoping very soon she will be done because everything is enchanted. Those are my dogs. Those are 2 out of the 3. The other one is in here, laying down on the ground being a good girl. The other 2 are chaos. Okay, she's no longer a good girl. Please stay safe. Please stay kind. I'm concerned that another dog is going to bust right through the door. You just look like you're sewn wrong a little bit.